call is from
Tony Olvis.
an inmate at a federal prison. Hang up to decline the call or to accept. Dial 5 now.
What's up, cuz? What's going on with you?
What's up, babe?
Ain't nothing, just cool, man. Cool, laid back.
DJ Mizza.
Welcome to the show. So, T.O., I am honored to have you here, brother. This been a long time in the making. We've been trying to get this thing done. We on part 3 right now. So look, so for the people out there who don't know you, right? Tell them a little bit about yourself. Tell them who you are, and what is your role in FaithWalkers?
My name is Tony Olvis, and I'm just letting y'all know that I'm grateful, very grateful to be here. You're looking at a guy, who did 25 years in federal prison, and I give all glory, honor, and praise to God, man, for bringing me out. And it's such a blessing, man, to be able to live through such a turmoil spots that I've been in the feds. So now to be returned back home, it's very, very grateful. Each and every day, man, I just give God the glory for it, and I thank Him for having me to return back home to my family, my kids, and loved ones, and my close friends, So with all that being said, FaithWalkers is a nonprofit that me and my brother Marty came up with. Marty Wright, we came up, met with each other a couple of times, had lunch, and it was something that was very, very important to us. It wasn't something that we just want to go forward and just come up and just go do. We really had a setback. It was times that we gave ourselves over to praying about this situation, but it all just came down to both of us had a vision while we was in prison. God laid upon our heart, and that vision was to clean up what we messed up. So now, after about a year and a half now, that was about a year and a half ago when me and bro first started sitting down, having these meetings, and going over some things, the material and some things that we talked about going forward. Now we're to a place now, we even have our own office. We have our own home now. WCC. Pastor Fred Leggin is the pastor there. And they welcome us with open arms. They let us know, that there's nothing that they're going to hold back for having us to progress, And I give God the glory for that. That was a blessing, total blessing. But, it was just a miracle of how me and bro, we in 2 different spots in the federal system. I'm weighed in Beaumont, Texas. He was weighed in Pennsylvania, where we did, where we were based on where we first started off in the feds. And we both, had a mindset. God's given us a mindset to want to go back and clean up what we messed up. To be able to do for our communities, the communities that we sold drugs in and did things that we're not proud of now. To come back there and to make a impact. To come back there so that kids, that when the streets that kids walk on, that we once walked on, that they won't have to do the same thing we did. Because it could be a lot worse. It could be a lot worse for kids now. It's not all about just, you going to prison. These kids, they facing real life situations that can cause them for their life. So that's what we want to do. We want to make an impact in the community. And we also, are strong on re-entry. Having brothers, when they come back home from jail, and sisters, when they come back home from jail, they will be able to make their transition smooth back in the community. Right. That's very deep in our heart, because we was once those guys. And there's a lot of things that people don't know about that girls and guys face when they're coming out of prison. Some guys may not have no family. Some people may not have, jobs, that pay well. So these are things that we work so hard at, and we praying on that we'll be able to be a helping hand to the people that's coming home from prison. So they will not come out here and do something that have them land back into prison. Right. And also, FaithWalkers is like a twofold. It's like a twofold ministry. That we re-entry. Then we also love to minister to the youth. For prevention, for to keep them from going to jail. So that's what it's all about, man. We just have a strong heart desire to want to get back, to community, and want to be to a place, man, that we be pleasing before God doing what He called us to do. That vision that He laid upon our heart.
What impact has it had on you? With the faith. What kind of impact it had on you, bro?
It had it's a big impact on me. about how I'm just thrilled of some of the lives that's already been touched, you know.
Right.
Some of the lives already been touched from faith walkers, you know, just by hearing our testimony, you know, the things that we endured, you know what I'm saying? 25 years in federal prison, you know what I'm saying, being away from your family, you know, not being able to raise your kids. You know, my kids was 2 years old when I left. You know, so they grown now. I never got a chance to be there for them. I never got a chance to send my son and my daughter or their first day to school. Mm-hmm. I never got a chance to really nurture them, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And as a father should, you know. So that breaks my heart, you know what I'm saying? It breaks my heart to think about all the things that I missed out on, you know what I'm saying, when I was in prison. So with all that being said, I'm impacted now because what I'm able to do now, how I'm able to, you know what I'm saying, to be there for my grandkids. I wasn't there for my kids, but the time I spend with my grandkids, right. I'm able, you know what I'm saying, to talk with them. I'm able to discipline them. You know, I'm able to but most of all, to encourage them, yeah, and let them know who they are and to speak life over them, you know. That's what it's all about with me now, you know. It's not, you know, I'm not gonna say I'm no old person, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even 50 yet, I'm 48. Yeah. But at the same time, you know, I can see, you know, my life is, you know, getting over the hill. So, yeah. So now it's all about being there for the youth now, being there for my bloodline, you know what I'm saying, my seed, right. You know what I'm saying? So they may be great. And I'm talking about, I want my seed to be greater than ever what I do, you know what I'm saying? I think the next generation, we should always try to make a way that the next generation will be more powerful and do more glorious things for God than what we do.
Oh yeah, we all want that. We want to see them do better. Definitely better than what we did anyway.
No doubt about it. And I feel good. I feel good about it. You know what I'm saying? Our future. I feel good. When I say our future, because it is our future too, I feel good about the upbringing of the kids that's coming on. Your kids, my grandkids. I feel good about it. They're good kids, man. You know, they're good kids.
Yeah, so, you know, let's talk a little bit about your early childhood. You know, was you into sports? Ultimately, you led into selling drugs. Just go back a little bit to your childhood and tell us what that's all about.
Growing up, you know, very huge football fan and still is. And with that being said, you know what I'm saying, I just love playing football around the neighborhood. I love playing football for Moose, you know what I'm saying? That was remember Pete Lee back in the day. Pete Lee back in the day, you know what I'm saying? I played it. Yeah, I remember you played.
I played it.
And so that stuff that's what we did back in the days. You know what I'm saying? We ain't stay in the house and played the Sega, the Nintendo and all that type of stuff. Right. We played it. It had its times and places. But we was outside most of the time, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, football was my favorite sport. You know, we played other sports, baseball and basketball and things like that, but football was my heart. So I played football all the way to the 9th grade, you know what I'm saying? My freshman year, I played for JV at Lafayette. But my most remembered and prized football memories was James Blair. Mm-hmm. You know, I was the only 7th grader that started on that championship team. You know, we went 6-0 or 8-0, I can't remember exactly, but we won the championship that year. We went undefeated. And that was a great time for all of us. You know, we had a very powerful team, man. Right. Good group of guys, man, that we played with, and we dominated. You know, and you couldn't tell me at that time that I wasn't going to college. And Notre Dame was my favorite college.
That's when you had them aspirations. You know, especially you win a championship.
So with that being said, you know, I allowed things, you know what I'm saying, to get me off the path, you know. You know, things got tight, you know, to a place where it's no excuse, but things got tight to a place where money was low, you know what I'm saying, sometime here and there in the household. And me, you know what I'm saying, you know, being around different people and hearing different things, and money was actually one of my downfalls, you know what I'm saying. I love money, man. Like I said, because I hated, you know what I'm saying, coming to a place, you know what I'm saying, walking around with holes in my shoes and stuff like that. You know, my grandma, no doubt about it, did the best she could to raise us, no doubt. She'll give her shirt her back for her kids, you know. That's one thing I can say about my grandmother. But that wasn't enough for me at that time, you know. I wanted more, you know what I'm saying, and then I started to see guys from the neighborhood, you know. Mm-hmm. I see these guys coming up, you know what I'm saying, with the BMWs and stuff like that, you know. So I was like, man, what can I do to get down with this, you know? And these guys I looked up to, these was older guys, you know what I'm saying, I always looked up to, and now seeing them doing it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna see how I get in this thing, right? And learned the game, man. And I mean, I regret it, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, it was what it was, you know, at that time, you know. That's, you know, that crack era, it was real vicious, man.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of money being made, you know, especially to, you talking about a 15, 16-year-old kid, you know. And with that being said, you know, one thing led to another, you know.
Right.
It was that the guys who brung me up, you know what I'm saying, in the stuff, you know what I'm saying. I came to a place, you know, so I made more money than them. Started making more moves than they making moves, you know what I'm saying, what they was doing. Because I learned from their mistakes. And I seen what they was doing. So with that being said, man, you know, I was actually, hate to say it this way, but a successful drug dealer. Right. You know what I'm saying, at a very young age. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's why my heart desire for the youth, you know. When I look at the neighborhoods that we operated out of, you know what I'm saying, New Hope and Harlem Park. That was my, you know what I'm saying, that was like my bread and butter neighborhoods. Yeah. You know, and made a lot of money off them two neighborhoods. Right. And it came to the place, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was insane for thinking like this, but I wouldn't have died for them neighborhoods. Well, nobody gonna come out there after, you know what I'm saying, I took over the neighborhoods and sell no drugs. It was just only gonna be my drugs. Right. And you know, and it was a lot of money made out of them two neighborhoods, man. I'm not gonna even go into about the times of selling weight to other guys and to other guys who were doing stuff in other neighborhoods. I'm just gonna go by just them two neighborhoods right there. And I'm not glorifying at all. I'm just telling my story. This is my story. Yeah. This is something that I went through. And it was amazing how God brought me through that, because it could have been ugly. At that time, you couldn't tell me that I couldn't be touched. You know what I'm saying? Right. That somebody could have, that my number could have got pulled. Right. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could have robbed me and killed me. You couldn't tell me that at that time. Right. You know, I was very arrogant. You know what I'm saying? But now I see how fragile we are as men. You know what I'm saying? I could have got dealt with. You know, I could have been in a cold, not a cold grave, but a hell grave. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know Christ at that time. Right. So when I tell these stories, I'm telling testimonies, bro. Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? What God brought me through. For sure. Because it was a lot of times, man, guys envied, you know what I'm saying, what I had by me being a young guy like that. They didn't thought I was supposed to have that. Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you know, sometimes when guys are getting the mold, they would try to come and take that. You know what I'm saying? So I see now that could have happened, but all praise be to God. You know what I'm saying? He allowed me to live, man. He allowed me to live. What they say? God watch over what? Babies and fools. Babies and fools. Because I was a cold-blooded fool, man.
Hey, yeah, man, because, you know, I witnessed a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I witnessed a lot of it. And at the time that you were talking about this, we talking about eighth grade, you know what I'm saying? Not even going into high school at that moment. But, you know, that's, you know, going into, as you start to progress as a young juvenile and getting money, you know, take us through that whole time, that process of, you know, because it was some dangers in it that thank God that we went past that. Like, things could have went real, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And like I was just saying earlier, you know, just to a place where, you know, I always, as a kid, I always visualized and I always dreamed big, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I never was a type of guy who just want to be mediocre, right. You know what I'm saying? I never was the type of guy who just want something just regular. I always wanted to be the best, right. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that was installed into me, you know what I'm saying, by my grandmother, you know what I'm saying? Or being that confident type person. And whatever you do, you know what I'm saying, you do it with all your might. Right. So I was just, like we just saying, I was just on the wrong path with it. Yeah, yeah. But at that time, I seen how, you know, the real way of this drug business was actually, you know what I'm saying, to find the right connect, you know. Right. And I was like, man, so now I'm looking like, man, how in the world can I get it cheap? And then I can, you know what I'm saying, you know, do my thing like that, you know. Right. And so we started going to New York, you know what I'm saying. I found the connect up New York, you know what I'm saying, some Spanish guys that we was dealing with, you know what I'm saying, and made a lot of money off of that, you know what I'm saying. Right. I mean, you know, you're talking about a 15, 16-year-old kid, man, that can touch $100,000, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. And one thing led to another, you know what I'm saying?
Do you think, like, these kids out here now, they out here grinding right now, do you think, do you think they even touching $100,000 right now?
From the stories I heard, you know what I'm saying, from the younger guys, it's not like how it was back in the 90s. Them days is dead. Thank God it is. Yeah, yeah. And so, you know, that's why I tell the youth, it's not worth it. Even if it was, so what? If it was $300,000, $400,000, trillion.
Yeah.
The scripture, you know what scripture says? Is it what can a man exchange for a soul, man?
Yeah.
What you'll give up for your life, from you being taken away from your family?
Right.
Not just only took away from your family, but even also, you know what I'm saying? End up in a place where torture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we gotta realize, man, hell is a real place.
Yeah.
If you lose your life in them streets, you know what I'm saying? So that's the word that we want to put out there. That's the word we want to put out there and let them know it's not worth it, bro. Nothing is worth, you know what I'm saying, you lose your soul behind, you know.
Yeah, that's, you know, it's like it's twofold. Like you gonna get locked up. They taking all your rights from you. They're telling you when to eat, when to wake up. You know what I'm saying? Then the second part of it is you done lost your soul doing it.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So it's like you're going through double time. So, you know, how grateful are you right now to be able to, you know, walk through what you walked through and you're here now?
Man, I'm super grateful, man. And I didn't realize it until I was in federal prison. I didn't really realize how fragile, you know what I'm saying, mankind is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If we're made this stuff right here is dust.
Right.
I didn't realize it, that the stuff that I was doing at a young age, I didn't realize it how big it was. You know what I'm saying? When I say big, I'm talking about to a place of a lot of people weren't doing what I was actually doing at the age, because I done ran into guys from different cities by being in the feds. Right. And some of these guys were some real smart guys, so they was working on my case and stuff. And when they was reading my case, they were just blown away. They said, man, you was moving this at 15, 6 years old. You had these places locked down at that age, man. Yeah. And I looked at it back in the day like it was nothing. I said, yeah, we was doing. He said, man, that's crazy, man. He said, 15, 6 years. I said, yeah, bro. Well, you know, the boys from Detroit, they ain't like the story of White Boy Rick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They ain't like his store, but they said, man, we love your store more than White Boy Rick's store.
Yeah.
They should make a move out of you, bro. That's what a lot of guys told me that, you know.
And that's why, like, your movement to, like, you know, like you giving yourself to Christ and you walking the path that you're walking, that makes your story so extraordinarily awesome. You know what I'm saying? From the outside looking in, you know, it's like, wow, you know what I mean? And to be able to do a whole quarter, you know, and I'm blessed to have you back, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, just walk us through, like, you know, about being in the system and how for the court cases and, you know, give us walk us through that.
It's unreal, man. It was unreal how the federal system and how the court system was set up back then. It's a lot different now. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of things they was doing in the courts back then that they won't do now. And one of the biggest things was hearsay. Yeah. When I say hearsay, they would get somebody to get on the stand and say, yeah, we bought 2 keys from T.O. this day. We bought a key this day. Yeah. And they get these 30, 40 people up there, and they all collaborate, you know what I'm saying, this one story about, you know what I'm saying, they doing this and doing that. And some of them wasn't lying. A lot of them wasn't lying. You know what I'm saying? But it's just amazing how they able to just take testimony. Back in them days, they was able to take testimony without no drugs. And they came to a place where it got a name for that. Ghost dope. Yeah. It was ghost dope. Ghost that your ghost you can't see. Yeah. So this dope that these guys talking about, you couldn't see, but the feds was approving it. Yeah,
I looked on your case. And, you know, as well as I know it, you had 80 people testifying against you. They only picked 25. So it's kind of like they was overkilling it. It was like overkill.
It was overkill, bro. It was overkill, and that's what they was doing. You know what I'm saying? For these guys to receive a shorter sentence. You know what I'm saying? Right. They was given the opportunity by the prosecutor, the U.S. attorney, you know what I'm saying, to testify against me. Yeah. And that falls into, like, even with how you combated, you know, and how you was trying to fight them. I want to get this right. I want to say, what was the? It was a selective prosecution. Well, the select prosecution was.
That was what you was.
Yeah, that's what they threw the case out. The case got dismissed when we first came in the system, and select prosecution it's is when the prosecutor can select who he wants to prosecute instead of just really just treating everybody the same. So they would say, my lawyer, he looked at the case and he said, hold on, man. He said, these guys, there's some white people over here that should have got indicted by the prosecutor, but he didn't do that. They was offered immunity, you know what I'm saying, from the case. And he said these black people was similar situated, meaning that some of the black people over here was crackheads like some of them, you know what I'm saying? Not so much I don't want to call them crack, but users, drug users, drug users, people that was addicted to the material, you know what I'm saying? They was like on the same level as them, but they wasn't offered immunity from the case. Right. So he's saying this is prejudice, and that's what select prosecution. Yeah. You selecting who, you know what I'm saying, you want to indict and who you don't want to indict, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he was, and James Ellison, Mr. Ellison, turned into a place where it was a racial situation, because now you letting all these whites go, which no white person was indicted. It was just all people of color, people black. So that's how the case got dismissed. Judge Jackson, who was the black judge in Norfolk at that time, he looked at the case and seen that it wasn't right and dismissed all 25 indictments. Right.
Yeah, because that was heavy. You know what I mean? That was heavy.
I really thought I was coming home off that.
Yeah,
but God he seen something different. Well, God showed me through that though, bro. It was a lot done through that, right? He showed me what he can do. Right. God showed me that I can let you go home at any time. Yeah. But he's so merciful, he didn't let me go at that time. I gave my life to Christ, right? But I ain't had no type of foundation. I wasn't built up in the word at that time. I ain't know half of the things I knew back then than I knew when that day I stepped out of prison. You know what I'm saying? Like two and a half years ago. So I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it. I might have went back to the streets because that's all I knew. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All I knew was go grab some coke and go get a lot of money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's all I knew. But now when I stepped out of prison, it was a number of things, a number of ways I knew how to get money. The right way. You know what I'm saying? Right. Instead of, going left with it,
And that's God's grace.
It is grace.
Man, and mercy on us, man. And because I give him the same thing too. And we look back at all this stuff, man, and it's good that we got a chance to be able to tell the streets, tell the kids, even the young adults that's out there that's having these mind struggles. Like, yo, you don't want to go there. You don't want to go there.
You don't want to go there. Because everything that glitter ain't gold, man. When I look back at it, you know what I'm saying, I don't care how many houses you got, how many cars you got, how much money you got stacked up, At the end of the day, man, it's not worth it. It's not worth, you know what I'm saying, spending 10, 15, 20, 30 years in federal prison or state prison. It's not worth it, man. When I look back, you know what I'm saying, dudes still they still bring stuff up when I see older guys, you know what I'm saying, and even the girls that knew me from back in the day. Yeah, Chill, I remember you had that Audi. I remember you had the Lexus Coupe, the Legend Coupe, the Pathfinder. You know what I'm saying? They named all these, you know what I'm saying? And that was good. I ain't gonna say in front. Them was good times back then, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't knew no better, you know what I'm saying? And when people look at that, it's like, man, just they fantasize it. And if I do touch on it, I will always come to a place of bringing it to a testimony. You know, so I always come to a place of giving God the glory, or things somewhere like that, So because like I say, man, we just want to be able to be used by Him, you know what I'm saying, to be a point man. Right. That's what we are now. We point men. Right. You know what I'm saying? Point people in the right direction, And even though we may not be perfect, you know what I'm saying? We may not be perfect, you know what I'm saying? But guess what? We striving though for perfection. Yeah. That should be the mark, and that should be the heart of every Christian, that we strive for perfection.
Yo, hope y'all enjoying the show right now. All you gotta do, like and subscribe. So anytime that we drop some content, you'll get a bell, you get a notification. And that's how we do it, right? Look, keep it moving, keep it pushing, yo. I want to give a big PSA shout out. But first, give a big shout out to the G.O.D. in my life, man. If it wasn't for him, none of this would be happening, man. All praises to the Most High, man. Love you. Man, your grace and mercy is everything to me, man. The way you showed your love towards me and opened my eyes to see things that I've seen, man. I appreciate you and I love you from the bottom of my heart, man. I get more into that when I do my own thing. I'll show y'all that's coming up next. The next session, man. Conversation with me. You know what I mean? But look, get right to it, y'all. PSA for the day. Yeah. Big shouts out to S&B's Barbershop, man. S&B's Barber Stylist, man. You got Sherrod Senior, Sherrod Junior. You got Miss Bridget. You got Kanisha. They can do it all. You want to get your hair cut? Come on, man. They know how to. Man, they good with them clippers, man. You got some twists. You want to get some twists, and you got some dreads. You want to get it all nice and neat and all done up. You know, I don't know the terms of that, but I know she do it. Man, she like that. That's Kanisha, man. And I'm telling you, Miss Bridget, she can do any style you want to do. You know, all you got to do is give a call, make an appointment. 757-253-5683. Give me a call, set your appointment. Big shouts out to Supreme Styles. Supreme Styles, beauty and fashion, where fashion meets beauty. Yeah, where beauty meets fashion. Hey, professional quality for less. Better believe it, man. Wigs, accessories, care products, hair color, headgear, essential oils, weaves, bundles. Go in there and check it out, see what's new in there. You know, they are located at 6610 Moortown Road, Winsburg, Virginia, 23188. Yo, big shouts out to Southern Pancake and Waffle House, the best breakfast and lunch served in Williamsburg. Their TripAdvisor rating is at a 4.5 stars, man. Holler them boys, man. Let them eat. They are located at 1605 Richmond Road, Winsburg, Virginia, 23185. Go check them out. And look, big shouts out to this guy, man. Count Beans LLC. You already know, my guy, man. He helped us out, man. The guy can do everything, man. He can do everything. Yeah, I ain't want to, I feel like what he did for us, man, that was awesome, man. Look, Counting Beans LLC, man. He's a virtual CFO, man. Counting, bookkeeping, treasurer, cash management, payroll processing. Request a complimentary consultation. Yeah, and he do even tax returns, corporate software implementations, setups. They are located at 5351 Richmond Road, second floor, man, 23188. Go check them out, Counting Beans, baby. All right, look. Hope y'all enjoy the rest of the show. And I just want to let y'all know, November the 25th, Cease the Gun Violence Basketball Tournament is going on. So sign up now. So look, you ain't got to pay all of it right now. Just drop $50 to save your spot. Because I can't guarantee you if it's going to be, you're going to be there if you don't save your spot. Save your spot, save the date. And we going all the way up November, man. November the 25th. I see y'all there, man. Back to the show. Holla at your boy.
And that's a fact, because I strive and I'm not perfect. But I know I'm better. I'm a better version of me. And I see a better, you know what I mean? I see things going the right way, and I see it with you every day when I talk to you. Yeah. You know what I mean? I see it. So let's talk a little bit more about, about the child. Like what was like grandma for you, man?
My grandmother, man.
Cause we missing some people today. We missing some people today, and and they love to see like the way we are together right now. Yeah.
My grandmother would love this, man. It hurts my heart, real heavy. That was one of the most hardest part. That was like, I believe, yeah, I can really say it was the hardest part of my life, man. You know what I'm saying? I had to stay in that jail. And couldn't be there for her, Right. When I would call home, yeah. You know what I'm saying? She would tell me how much she loved me. And she would tell me, how, she was telling me the pain that she was in and things like that, And I had to hold fast, but man, I would get off the phone, go scrap in the cell and cry before God, you know what I'm saying? I could, or talk to some of the brothers, you know what I'm saying? Because it was real heavy on me, man. Mm-hmm. It was real heavy on me to be able to go through that. And then when she passed, I had a appeal in because I was really thinking, at that time I was really thinking, believing that I was going to win my appeal, get back home to my grandmother to be able to be there for her and to help out, with my auntie, Angie, with my grandmother. So that I can really say that was like one of the worst parts of my life, man, dealing with that, her passing. And then just the things that were said, like how my aunt was tell me that she was calling on my name in the midnight hours when she been in pain. You know what I'm saying? She was calling my name. One of the nurses came and told Angie one day, like, yo, who is Tony? Who is Tony? And Angie told her, that's her grandson. And she said, yeah, she called his name a lot, you know. And that really, I mean, it really bothers me right today. I ain't gonna say a lie, but there's no condemnation in Christ. You know, I don't condemn myself or try to, you know what I'm saying, let guilt take over. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because I know for sure that she'll be happy and very proud of me when I'm saying the lifestyle I'm living now, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. And you know, I knew it was tough, like going through that, right? And then you had your little brother out there, you know, and he going through the things that he's going through, you know, and trying to live up to, you know, to a life that you was living, and it didn't go that way. He ended up being on drugs, the same drugs that you were selling. How that felt with all these things that was going through, and how did you feel about even that part? You know, I know it was tougher because I know.
Yeah, it was a lot that came against me, you know, that I dealt with in prison, because the things that I did that was wrong. You know what I'm saying? I you know, I'm a type of guy that I love to search my motives. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I love to search my motives. I love to search the things that's in my heart. And when I did that, when I took off the mask, you know, and really said, man, who are you as a man? Mm-hmm. And the things that you have done so far in your life, you know what I'm saying? How is you really going to correct it now? Right. What is you going to do? So it had me to go to ground zero and to look at everything, you know what I'm saying, that was done. Mm-hmm. And knowing that I sold drugs, you know what I'm saying, to somebody's brother, knowing I sold drugs to somebody's mother, mm-hmm. I sold drugs to my uncle and what have you. So now I see it, it was almost like me looking at it like, man, I'm reaping what I sow. Yeah. My little brother who I love so much, you know what I'm saying, on drugs. You know, the same material that I was using, that I was pushing on the streets, now he using it, you know, and strung out off it. And then the way how I knew that you was a very intelligent guy. Very intelligent, you know what I'm saying, you was doing so well in basketball. And I just knew, you know what I'm saying, my expectations of you was through the ceiling, you know. Mm-hmm. And to hear that, I was devastated by it, man. I was devastated, to be honest. And I remember praying for you. I remember I went and prayed the first time I heard it, and I knew that was real, because the guy who came in, he told me everything about it. Then I called home and I got it verified, you know what I'm saying, by a family member, you know. And I remember going upstairs and I cried out to the Lord. And God gave me a vision. He gave me a vision of you. You know, God's moment, I think I told you this before. Yeah, he gave me a vision of you, you know what I'm saying, of him holding you up. I know it's a picture I seen when I was in jail, when I was in prison, that Jesus had like a hood over his head, a white hood over his head, and he was holding the man, you know what I'm saying, by his arms like this, and he was holding the man up. And that was the same vision that God gave me of you. You know what I'm saying? And once God gave that to me, you know what I'm saying, and showed me that you was gonna be I, you know what I'm saying, that he was gonna deliver you, he was gonna behold you. I was okay after that. But it still struggled though. Yeah. I still struggled though, because you know I still heard in the stores that stuff you was doing, mm-hmm. but I knew he had you. Yeah. Because he showed it to me in the vision. Yeah, I know it.
He had me, and your prayers came through. Yeah. And your prayers came through, and you know, Dylan, you know, it was tough on me. It was tough on me because look at it, 1995. Mm-hmm. 1995. That's when they came in. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They came in right before the night of the first day of school. Yeah. Going into my senior year, I had high expectations, bruh. I still finished that year strong. You know what I'm saying? I still finished that year strong, but it was a void that was gone. Yeah. You know, and then I'm dealing with then right after that, you know, after graduation, you know, I ended up coming back home from school because they done took the house. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Mimosa Drive. You know what I'm saying? It's like 6 of us in the trailer. You know what I'm saying? That was tough. That was tough. And it was just like then Mama died. Floney died. That was a hard take, and then you weren't there. There's nobody else I could turn to. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm telling you, like, I would like to have, if I could have taken it all back, I would take it back. But you know, when I look at it, now that I'm in Christ, I'm walking with Christ, it had to go where it went. You know what I mean? It had to go that way. You know, so for me to come to Him. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and I'm blessed, and I'm so highly favored. You know what I'm saying? And I'm covered. and like, you know, and I can do everything that you saw that I'm doing it.
Yeah. Amen.
So, you know.
Amen. Amen. Don't get it twisted, bro.
Yeah.
I never lost faith, you know what I'm saying, in God that you was going to turn out, you know what I'm saying, the way the things that you're doing now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My expectation is just as high now as it was back then 25 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm very proud of you. I thank God, you know what I'm saying, that you know what I'm saying, you left that life behind you and you move forward, you know what I'm saying, to greatness, you know what I'm saying? But so that's a blessing.
Yeah. That goes to show how vicious the devil is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that spirit, how vicious it is. You know what I mean? So, you know, and it's important that we definitely we get to know our God, have a relationship with him, you know, give everything to him, you know, and everything that, you know, like, and you won't regret it. You know, you won't regret it. God's love is everything.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
You know, God's love is everything.
There's no doubt about it.
So, and then, you know, then we come back and, you know, we have, you've been home for how long now, T.O.?
2 years and about 5 months. 2 years, 6 months. 5 6 months now. 2 years and 5 6 months.
And we took another heavy loss, right?
Yeah. My man, Angie, man. I mean, man, I can't, man. I don't, man. Great aunt, man. I don't see nobody who have a great aunt, you know what I'm saying, that we had, man.
Yeah.
I mean, when I think back, you know what I'm saying, back in '95, you know, we got hit up on this case because she had all those cars and other stuff, you know what I'm saying, jewelry, furniture, stuff and everything in her name that was bought with drug money and stuff, you know what I'm saying. They indicted her too because one of my counts was money laundering because all the money, you know what I'm saying, all the money that we were spending. And it was crazy, man, because here it go. Angie had a boy making $30,000 a year, but she got over $100,000 of cars in her name. We was crazy, man. We just we just don't know the law, man. We just didn't know the law, and it was just crazy, man. How when we young, you do wild things, but that just showed too. That was the dedication and love that my family, man. You know what I'm saying? My grandma, my auntie loved me, and my mother. Don't never forget my mother, Michelle.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? They loved us, man, and they was willing to do anything for us. And what happened is I had to go. That's another guilt I had to deal with at first. I got my aunt in trouble, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying, by putting these cars and stuff her name for me, you know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, man, she would not testify against me, man. They told her, yo, you can walk out of this courtroom right today. You can testify against Olvis, you know what I'm saying? Your nephew, you out of here. And she said, look, I'm not doing that. I don't care what y'all bring against me. I don't care how much time. And that made me want to pull my hair out because I wanted my aunt to testify against me. Yeah. You know, my aunt wasn't no outlaw like how me and some of my compadres was. Yeah. We was outlaws, you know what I'm saying? Whatever come our way, we supposed to get it. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's supposed to be. But with her, you know what I'm saying? You know, she didn't do nowhere half the stuff that people trying to say she did. Okay, she put cars and names and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. You know, which was wrong. But it wasn't to a place, you know what I'm saying, for her to be facing 30, 40, 50 years, like what they were trying to do to her.
Yeah, but you were 16. You start, you know what I mean? You was a teenager.
Yeah, but even though I was a teenager, but wrong is wrong, bro. You know what I'm saying?
No, what I'm saying is like if you had, you know, like you correct. Wrong is wrong. Yeah. Wrong is wrong. But you know, you gotta understand like the magnitude of everything that was in your way, like the money, the cars. You know what I'm saying? All that was just like a distraction of, you know what I'm saying, of realizing the things that you was doing.
And with all that being said, but it was just that my heart was thinking about her. I wouldn't even think about myself anymore. My prayer was like, Lord, deliver my aunt. I wasn't even tripping off me. I want to see her go home. I ain't even care what happened to me no more. And so all praise with God. That's when God made that way. He made a way for her to go. The case got dismissed. When that time in the select prosecution, the first part of it, Angie went home. And she never came back to jail. She never came back. And God showed it to me clear as day that she was going to be vindicated. And my auntie was, man. She was delivered. And with that being said, man, by her not want to go against me and stuff like that, and even while I was in the prison system, the whole time, the whole 25, my aunt, you know what I'm saying, was there for me. Sent me money, you know what I'm saying? Or bring the kids up there. That was very crucial for her to do that for me. Because, you know, she was in a position, you know what I'm saying, to be okay, you know what I'm saying, to be able to know what I'm saying, get a car, put
She
gas in the car.
rolled with you, bro.
Yeah, she rolled. Yeah,
She
no
rolled
matter
with you
where I
all
went
the
to.
way.
You know what I'm saying? I went to Maryland, when she got out of probation, because she still was on probation,
Yeah.
the first thing she did, man, was fill a visa form out to come and see me, man, and bring my babies up there.
Yeah.
You know, and it was a blessing because with her bringing my kids up there, my kids probably wouldn't even know me the way they know me now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I send my kids money every month from prison. You know, but seeing them was a whole different level though.
Oh, yeah,
you better
yeah,
see them,
sure.
hold them, and touch them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My babies, man. And with that, so man, all that being said, the earth will tell you yourself, my son. He'll tell you himself. You know what I'm saying? That what kept him. You know what I'm saying? In a good place where the things I was sharing with him over the phone and at visit. You know what I'm saying? It kept him to a place of not giving himself over so that he won't catch no case, so he won't be in the streets. You know, by me talking to him and be able to communicate with him. He'll tell me, he tell me all the time, Pop, man, what you did for me, man, by, you know what I'm saying, always been in my ear, and the things that, you know what I'm saying, you share with me at visit. Because I didn't never lie to my kids. I told my kids that I was selling drugs, and that was wrong. I ain't never tell them that I was away in school or college, because I seen some guys do that.
Right.
I was straight raw with my kids. You know what I'm saying? When they 4 or 5 years old, I let them know Daddy was doing wrong. I'm in prison. You know, I want them to know that, especially my son, being a young black male, you know, in the streets out there. So with that being said, he took that. I was the guinea pig. I was the guinea pig for him, and so he would take everything. He was like a sponge. Everything I shared with this kid, you know what I'm saying, I see him taking it in. I was letting him know. I said, D, the things I'm giving you right now, you can be sharper than the average dude out there, your age. They ain't gonna have nothing on you because I'm giving you stuff, you know what I'm saying, that they don't know nothing about. So I'm just asking you to do something, to use it, to apply it. And I remember, you know what I'm saying, he had some wrestling things, you know what I'm saying. He wrestled with a lot of things, whatever a kid do, you know what I'm saying, any other kid.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying, dealing with the gangs, you know what I'm saying, trying to, you know what I'm saying, get him, recruit him and stuff like that. And I just let him know, I look him in his eye. I said, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I heard you join a gang, I'm not gonna look at you the same way. I'm gonna look at you as a coward. I'm gonna look at you as you need somebody, you know what I'm saying, to rely on. I said, and I just told, I said, man, Negro, you are Olvis, man. You my son. You don't got to rely on nobody but God, man.
Yeah.
I said, that's who you trust to have your back. Because when it's all said and done, you see what happened to me.
Yeah.
You see how, you know what I'm saying, I had friends that I trusted in.
Yeah.
I had friends that I thought was death before dishonor.
Yeah.
You know, dudes don't hold that no more. You know what I'm saying? So now what will happen to you is you going to catch the bad end of a stick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And end up with 10, 15, 20 years in prison. And you don't want to come here, D. I said, you don't want to come. These are the type of stuff I was able to share with my son. You know? So, with all that being said, that happened because of my auntie, man. Angie was bringing him up there, you know. She bringing him up there. She
like
bringing
that,
my daughter
man.
up there,
She was definitely like
so
that, man.
I'm very grateful for my auntie, man. She did so much, man. And I can go on all day talking about her and my grandmother, for real, to be honest. Because you know, it was just a tragic thing to me, you know what I'm saying, what happened to her. You know what I'm saying?
And
So,
I had to throw that in there, bro, because, you know, I want to thank her, you know, too. You know what I mean, for hanging around, you know what I'm saying, and you know, make sure that, you know what I mean, that I had somebody to talk to. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And through all my mess, you know what I mean, she was there, you know what I mean? So I had to big up, man, rest in peace.
No doubt. Most definitely, you know, most definitely. I mean,
love your auntie.
To be honest, there's no talking about us without them.
Yeah.
Because we won't be here, you know what I'm saying? If it weren't for our grandmother, our aunt, you know what I'm saying, taking care of us when we was kids, you know? So all praise be to God for them, man. And we always remember them, you know? Yeah, most definitely that. Yeah.
So give us something for us to look forward to, you know, like everything that what FaithWalkers is doing and what is FaithWalkers about, which we already know.
Yeah.
Some of us, or those that don't know.
Yeah, I got you. It's a blessing, you know what I'm saying, to be able to come in contact with Pastor Fred, you know, the one I was telling you about, that opened the church up to us, you know, and allowing us to use the sanctuary, the different classes that's there, and even also FaithWalkers got their own office there. So it was like we was homeless, like, you know what I'm saying? We was a nonprofit without a home, you know what I'm saying? But all praise be to God, you know what I'm saying? That door has been open and fulfilled, you know what I'm saying? That we have somewhere and then we can hold classes now. We got classes and programs that's ready to go forth and start know what I'm saying, we starting to teach on them. Brothers and sisters that's in our foundation is going to be teaching real soon. These things are being set up already. And with that being said, you know, we look forward to be able to share with guys who come home from prison. We look forward, you know what I'm saying, to be able to better help, you know, because we got a place where we can meet. We got a place that we can touch the people now. And also, with that being said, you know, we got a place, you know what I'm saying, that we can fellowship, you know, we can fellowship with others and things like that. So there's a lot of things that we're gonna be able to do now, you know what I'm saying, because we have a home. You know what I'm saying, we're gonna teach, you know what I'm saying, the people of how to trade and to save money and to use money, financial literacy, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff coming forward. We want to see the people truly blessed, man. And we're going to be going out in the vineyard. We're gonna be going out into the highways and byways. We're going out into the neighborhoods. There's no doubt about that. These are things that we're gonna be doing. So everybody who in the Williamsburg community, you're gonna meet and see and hear about the faith walkers in your community, because that's what it's all about. You know, we just don't want to keep the church don't have no walls. You know, that's what we got to realize, and that's why I think a lot of churches, you know, what I'm saying, not to speak bad about no church and nothing like that, but we fail right there. We don't have successful outreaches, and that's what we want to do as faith walkers. We want to be able to outreach. We want to be able to meet the people where they at.
Right.
Just like God met me where I was at, I want to be able to meet some people where they at and to give them a helping hand.
That's right. Faith Walkers. It's, what's the website? www.faithwalkersva.com?
No, it's faithwalkersva.org.
va.org. Okay, va.org. Because I'm looking at it, it's like, change the mind, change the world. So, there you go. If you need to find out what they're about, go to the website. I just want to thank you for coming out, bro, and sharing your piece, man. And we looking forward to more things with you guys, with us, with the Weeball Foundation, and it's going to be a whole lot more that's going to be coming up. You know, we're going to set up a new segment for, you know, for a new show. You know, this show's still going to be going on, and we're still going to be doing a whole lot of things with the Weeball Foundation Podcast Center. This, you know, we trying to branch it out a little bit more. So yeah, just stay tuned for it, and don't forget about Cease the Gun Violence Basketball Tournament coming to November 26th. Please go check that. You know, if you want to sign up, and if you have a business and you want to sponsor a team to get your business out there, hit me up. You know, hit me up and let me know what you want to do, and we'll make sure we'll accommodate you as best as we could, you know, to get you set up for that. So we're looking to do some great things there. And I'm pretty, you know, faith walkers, they always support. They always going to be there. They will be there, you know, and we just want to, you know, keep bringing everything that we got to the community and share our story so that another young brother won't have to go through the same thing. All right. So I love y'all and Godspeed, yo. Anything you like to say?
Yeah, just like I said, man, I'm just so grateful, man. I'm so grateful for the wonderful things that God has already done for us, and also just what he had planned for us. I'm just so excited, and I'm grateful that, you know what I'm saying, he chose us, you know what I'm saying, to be used by his vessels. You know, your vessels, you know what I'm saying, they're going to give him the glory. And going forward, you know, walking in faith, because that's what without faith it's impossible to please God. Right. Without it, we need it. And that's what we want to do. We want to be a teacher, you know what I'm saying, a builder of people's faith, man. That's what we're going to be doing in the future, man. Right. Building people's faith up and to see a beautiful, blessed community here, not just only in Williamsburg, but abroad.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Abroad, you know what I'm saying. This where we starting at. This like our Jerusalem, you know what I'm saying. We starting here, and it's gonna be abroad, bro. In Jesus' name, I know that's gonna be that. There's no doubt about it. That's part of the vision. You know what I'm saying. It's going abroad, and all praise. Weeball going with us, and then whoever else want to come network with us. You know what I'm saying. Let's go. And big shout out to Jackie Williams, the village too, man. They do a lot of good work. I'm so proud of her too. I'm so proud of Sister Jackie too, man. Yeah. So proud of her.
They had a good thing going on. Yeah, most definitely, man. Shout out to them. That's it, bro. That's it for the show. And go make sure you go like and subscribe, follow, hit the little bell so you know when we got something going on. You know, get your notifications together so you can see what's going on with the Weeball Foundation Podcast Center. And then And from that point on, man, I want to say thank you, man. Love y'all. Peace.